Hi, I'm Anthony Newbold. Welcome to A Closer Look. We will continue a conversation we had last week with the Minister of National Security, the Honorable Marvin Dames, talking about crime. Minister, welcome to the show again.
It's a pleasure to be back, Mr. Newbold.
Thank you very much. Talking about initiatives to deal with crime and what the police are doing, training, et cetera, human resources. What else do you do to get the citizenry involved? Because you got to get them involved, and you
Absolutely,
admit that.
yeah.
There's a neighborhood watch council, it's called. Tell me what's happening with that.
Yeah,
program.
you know, this is something, Mr. Newbold, that I'm extremely excited about. The National Neighborhood Watch Council. This was one of those policy initiatives that was proposed by our government, and it's going extremely well. To date, we have maybe in excess of 90 groups throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Most of them are here in New Providence. There are a few in Grand Bahama, as well as Abaco. We have been doing a tremendous amount of work to ensure that our police force build or improve its relations with the various communities throughout the country, and they have been doing just that because we now have community liaison officers who are connected to these neighborhood watch groups. And it was just not the formation of groups. This was not something that just was arbitrarily done. We actually sat down and did some research. We have manuals that clearly articulate how these groups ought to function. We have engaged any number of persons from within the groups themselves to serve as co-chairs, and they've been doing a tremendous job. And we're now looking at traveling to Palm Springs, California very shortly to meet with the various groups throughout the U.S. But we're trailblazing here because there are a number of things that we're doing that will be unique to a neighborhood watch groups, and I'm extremely proud of those persons who have decided to be a part of it.
It is part of the Citizens Security. There's a program.
Yeah, that's another government initiative, and it's a Citizen Security and Justice Program.
Yes.
And that program falls under the auspices of the Ministry of National Security, and it's a very vibrant program. Since coming into office, we were faced actually with the challenge of having to restructure it and to rebuild it, and because they manage a loan from IDB in excess of $30 million, and there are 4 components to it. You know, one of those components are having to do with the justice system and working with the courts and developing a proper IT system that will allow for interface between the various stakeholders. The other is the work that they're currently doing within the Bahamas Department of Corrections, where we now have a significant amount of training, physical improvements of the facility itself, as well as the introduction of technology.